Hi guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 28 of this, the 2019-2020 Premier League season. Now, a quick apology, we are without our usual camera this evening. It's got a bit of a fault on it, so I'm not sure how the sound's going to work out on this and the image quality, so just bear with us for this week.
Yeah, this week you're using the camera that I used to take to the matches.
The vlogging camera.
The vlogging camera.
So we'll see how it goes.
The sound can
anyway.
be a bit dodgy on it sometimes, so...
Okay, but anyway, before we get on to week 28 predictions, let's have a quick look back at how well we got on in week 27.
So in week 27 I had a pretty poor week. I had 5 points with no perfect scores yet again.
Yeah, I didn't have any perfect scores either. Nathan and I just came away with the 6 points. Representing the viewers this week was the Dugout Football channel. I think it's Douglas James Horn who runs that one. Shout out to him. And Douglas came away with 9 points with 1 perfect score prediction. So congratulations, Douglas.
And sub to his channel in the description below.
Yeah, I'll leave a link to his channel. However, top scorer of the week with a magnificent score of 14 points was Tiji Mamnen-Varghese. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but yeah, 14 points for last week's fixtures was tremendous, so congratulations on that, Tiji. But overall now, Nathan, for the season, you're on 187 points, I'm on 196 points, and the viewers closing the gap slightly on 174 points. But enough of week 27, let's crack on and make some predictions for week 28.
Okay, so first up, we've got the 8 o'clock on Friday fixture between Norwich and Leicester. Leicester be in a bit of a patchy form recently. I think they've only won once in the last 6 matches. Don't know what's happened there. And then Norwich, not very much better either, really. One win in their last 6 as well. But hopefully Brenda will get his team back rolling into it just to secure that Champions League spot and hopefully 3rd position as well for them. So 3-0 to Leicester. Norwich look absolutely awful.
Yeah, Norwich cut adrift at the moment, 6 points behind 19th position. Watford, Leicester, as you said, they've only won once in their last 6 fixtures. Jamie Vardy at the moment struggling to score goals. He is due a goal. Perhaps he'll get one in this game away against Norwich. Now,
Norwich still joint top scorer, of course.
He is. Norwich haven't actually been playing that badly, but they are not picking up wins or draws really, so they look doomed. And in this fixture I'm going to go for a 1-0 away victory to the Foxes. Next up we've got the first of the fixtures on Saturday, and between Brighton and Crystal Palace in the, what is it, this derby called the
M23 derby.
The M23 derby, yes. Now Brighton have actually got quite a good record in this fixture against Crystal Palace. I think they've only lost 1 of these fixtures in the last 6. Crystal Palace, I think they did gain a vital victory last weekend against Newcastle
very good
home,
victory as well,
which was a very good victory. I can't really separate the sides in this one. I know that Brighton gained a creditable draw last time out against Sheffield United. The Blaze, I think it was 1-1. It ended last weekend, which it did. So I'm going to go for another draw in this one, and I'm going to go for a score draw of 1-1 again.
Interesting. I'm actually going to go for a Palace away win in this one. I think Derby, with their away form as well, strong away form, Hodgson is going to want them to win this, even though he's had a lot of heat on his back recently. And whenever I predict Brighton to win or get a result in anything, they just go and end up letting me down and losing. So I would say 2-1 to Palace here. Next up we've got Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Chelsea getting destroyed 3-0 at home last night against Chelsea. Alphonso Davies, what is that pace? I mean, I knew that he was an absolute pace merchant, the massive Canadian guy from Bayern Munich, of course I'm referring to there. But I didn't expect him to be that fast and really that technically gifted. I think he's only 19 years old as well, which is amazing. He's going to be a future star right there. But just goes to show how Chelsea is still struggling. They're struggling in the Premier League, of course.
Well, they're 4th.
Yeah, they have been struggling recently. 2 wins in the last 6 matches, quite a few draws, but it's starting to show where Chelsea are having difficulties. But I don't know, I quite fancy Bournemouth's chances, even though they have only won 2 matches as well in their last 6 matches and losing their last 2, of course. Even a 3-0 loss last week to Burnley, a heavy defeat away as well. But I don't know, I just fancy Bournemouth against Chelsea 1-1.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth got a pretty good record against Chelsea. However, Chelsea, after that schooling by Bayern Munich last night in the Champions League, they're going to want to bounce back. They want to cement themselves in that top four, those Champions League positions, even though the Manchester City affair is still going on. They're currently 3 points above Manchester United, who are currently in 5th. So they really need to go for these 3 points on Saturday at 3 o'clock. And I think they will. It's going to be a narrow victory away against the Cherries. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Blues in this one. Next up, we've got Newcastle at home against Burnley. Burnley flying at the moment. I think they're in 10th position. They've won 4 of their last 6 fixtures as well. A very good victory last weekend at home against Bournemouth, which was 3-0, even though Bournemouth, I think, well, maybe the scoreline there was a little bit flattering to Burnley, because Bournemouth did actually play quite well in that fixture and considered themselves unlucky. However, Burnley are rampant at the moment. Newcastle, in different form, find themselves in 14th position, only 1 victory in their last 6. Last week, losing against Crystal Palace, who had been in terrible form themselves.
So I don't know how they did that, and losing to Arsenal as well, we all know about that.
Exactly, but I'm going to go for an away victory in this one. I can't see anything than a Burnley win, and I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0 scoreline to the Claret and Blues in this one.
I don't know, I actually quite fancy Newcastle to get something, even though they have been playing awfully recently. I don't know, I just sort of fancy them at home as well. I think Steve Bruce is going to want to push them ahead to get more, to turn this awful form around as well. But Burnley away, even though they have been playing well, they just don't impress me when they play away at all. Their style of playing, their confidence seems to go out the window whenever they do play away.
Even though they beat Man United and Southampton recently.
I know, but even though they have beaten Man United and Southampton recently, but Man United, yeah.
Well, they're kind of turning the corner though, aren't they?
They have turned the corner now after the Burnley game, but that was when United were having that massive bit of patchy form, and Southampton don't really perform, well, they're average at home really, but I don't know. I think Newcastle will steal it, and I think it's going to be 2-1 to the Magpies. Next up, we have West Ham versus Southampton. West Ham struggling even more. I can't even remember the last time they've won now, losing the last 2 matches.
Very unlucky against Liverpool, you could say.
Very unlucky, you could say, against Liverpool, but Liverpool keep turning out of the bag all the time. Coming up against the Southampton side, who've been doing fairly alright. I think they've only won 3 times in the last 6 as well. One last time around against Villa at home. Didn't really expect that, to be honest. Pulled out of the bag, but apart from that, they have had some dodgy form. But I think they're going to continue with. I think they're going to start to pick up points now. Southampton 2-1.
Yeah, difficult one to predict. West Ham in all sort of disarray at the moment. I know the fans aren't happy with the Hammers currently. They've lost 4 of their last 5 fixtures as well. Conceding goals, 48 goals in 27 fixtures this season. They are in the relegation zone as well. Okay, they did put up a good fight against Liverpool on Monday evening, but difficult one to predict. But I think Southampton, with the form they're currently in, West Ham all over the place at the moment. I'm going to go for an away victory in this one, even though I can see West Ham getting something out of this. I'm going to go for a Saints win, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 away victory. Next up, we've got Watford at home against Liverpool. Now, this takes place on Saturday evening, or Saturday tea time, live on Sky. Watford, after Pearson came in, they had that managerial bounce, playing really well, and their performances have been good, but they're losing now. They're picking up a lot of losses recently. Only won once in the last 6 fixtures as well. They're playing Liverpool. I think they going for the record of most consecutive wins this weekend. I think which will be something like 19. I can't see anything other than a Liverpool victory in this one, and I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to the Reds.
Another interesting fact as well, I think the game has just gone past, or if they win on Saturday, then they will have already surpassed the amount of games that the Arsenal Invincibles team won in 2003-2004, and it's February. That's absolutely ridiculous on Liverpool's part. Just goes to show how dominant they have been this season, but I mean, this match takes no explanation except Watford, if you do get relegated, just keep Nigel Pearson, otherwise you'll never see Premier League football again, just because if you look at recent years, no team bounces straight back. The only teams I can think of doing it are Newcastle and Burnley in the last couple of years. So 3-0 Liverpool. Next up, we have probably the most interesting match on Sunday, well, out of the whole weekend, of course, and that being Everton versus Man United. Now,
I'm glad you call them Manchester United and not United.
Yeah, I agree as well. I hate it when the pundits call them City as well. Think of all the other City teams. You've got Leicester City, Cardiff City, Norwich City, of course. All these other City teams. There's more of them. But
those fans refer to their teams as City.
Exactly, Cardiff. We refer to our team as City as well. But anyway, moving back to the Premier League. Yeah, Everton only just lost to Arsenal last week. I thought they were very unlucky in that one. However, Arsenal did play really well. And then Man United starting to turn a corner a little bit. Martial, again, scoring loads of tap-ins, even though he hasn't been overly special. But this is going to be too close for me. I can't see anything happening in this one. It's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, I was thinking this one was going to be a draw as well. But looking at Manchester United in their last 6 fixtures, there's one of the teams has drawn a blank in these matches. So I think one of them will have an American shutout in this fixture. Would it be Manchester United playing really well recently? Fernandes playing really well at the moment. Bit of a talisman there in the Manchester United midfield. However, Everton at home, losing last time out, they want to bounce back in this one. I think they're going to try and get into those European places. They're going to have to win this fixture, and I think they will. It will be narrow. It could go the way of Manchester United, but I think the Toffees are going to come away with victory in this one, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 home victory. Okay, the last of the Premier League fixtures of the weekend is Spurs at home against Wolves. Another tough one to call. Wolves gaining a first victory in, I think it was 4 matches last time out, albeit it was at home against Norwich. Yeah. Tottenham losing against Chelsea, which surprised me.
Very shocking.
Of course, Son is out, Harry Kane, they've had all sorts of injuries.
And then the corruptness of the referee and VAR in the Premier League strikes once again. Yeah. I mean, it's not even VAR, it's not VAR that's the fault of this, it's the Premier League. Just the standard of officiating. It's the worst in Europe, even across all divisions in England and Wales, of course. Then there's just got to be something done about it.
No.
Who knows at the end of the day?
Anyway, in this fixture, I think Wolves, they are in Europa League action on Thursday evening. I think they are something like 4-0 ahead against Espanyol. I think they go into the second leg, so there may be 1 or 2 players rested in that one. However, they probably have the nucleus of that side playing. So, difficult one to call. Traditionally, like last season, Spurs didn't draw a lot of matches. However, I think they've drawn 7 matches this season already. So I'm going to go for a draw in this one. A score draw, I'm going to go for 1-1.
I'm actually going to go for a Wolves win in this one. I think Wolves are going to start to go on a roll now and really push to see if they can get into the European places, especially if Man City lose their appeal as well. I don't know, I just think with Tottenham they have seemed to be staying back a little bit. They can't seem to attack. And I think Wolves are just going to attack throughout the whole game because they know that Jose will probably park the bus at the back. And then Wolves will probably end up scoring a couple. So I'm going to say 2-1 to Wolves.
Interesting, excellent. Okay, so that concludes our predictions for week 28 of this 2019-2020 Premier League season. However, there is one fixture which takes place at 4:30 on Sunday afternoon, and that is the final of the Caraboa Cup between Aston Villa and Manchester City. At Wembley. Aston Villa, I can't remember the last time they got to a cup final. Was it an FA Cup a little while ago? Manchester City seem to win this piece of silverware year after year, so I can't see anything than a Manchester City victory in this one, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win.
As much as I want Villa to win, to win this, I really want to see another team outside the top 6, and it absolutely pains me to say this, but the last team that won it outside the top 6 was the Jacks, and it could have been us as well the year before. Just terrible that. If only Anthony Gerrard didn't blast it over the crossbar in the penalty shootout. That was just terrible. But
and Kenny Miller, of course,
and Kenny Miller as well. God, that was a blast from the past. But I can't see anything other than a Man City victory, and it's probably going to be high scoring as well. Villa just can't seem to defend at all, and Man City have their teething problems at the back as well. So I'm probably going to say 3-1 to Man City in this.
Excellent. As I said, that concludes our predictions. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of the Premier League fixtures in the description. If you'd like to play along at home, then copy and paste them into your comment. And like Tiji Manen Vagesi, you could get a shout out in the next video. And also, early on Friday evening, I think, maybe Friday morning, I'm going to pick somebody at random to represent you, the viewers, who go up against myself and Nathan in our little league. But before we go, Nathan, is there anything you'd like to add quickly?
Yeah, subscribe to my channel, link in description below. The Nottingham Forest vlog should be up Thursday night if the internet decides to work. And then the Brentford vlog should be out. If it's not out Saturday night, because it's probably going out, then I imagine it's going to be out sometime on Sunday, probably late evening, about 8 o'clock, I imagine.
Excellent. We've had a couple of DMs as well, asking about the floods in South Wales.
Yeah.
We haven't been affected by it. Okay, there's been a lot of water around, but we're not in any of the affected areas. Thank you very much for your concern. But for now, I think on behalf of Nathan and myself, enjoy the football the weekend. We'll bid you farewell, and we'll see you in the next video.
Cheers, guys.